Hey y'all, welcome and welcome back. My name is Kimiko Sumi, and I know you can't see me right now. I'm kind of liking to do these type of videos sometimes, occasionally, when I don't feel like getting on camera. And plus, I'm laying down in my bed. But I was just thinking about something. Like I was looking back on my weight problem over the years, and I kind of want to tell my story a little bit more on video. I've told it a lot like in written, like in writing or typing, but I haven't really done it on a video that much. But anyway, I'll give you a backstory on my weight loss, on my not weight loss, but my weight journey, like my fight with being fat and overweight and obese throughout my life. Now, it first basically started when in 1997 when my mama got a new job in Garland, and I've always been really good into food, eating and stuff, but I could always work it out when I played outside growing up, because my mother would be at home usually like after we got out of school, and me and my brother and my sister got out of school, and I was able to ride bikes and stuff like that with the neighborhood kids and stuff, right? So basically, like I said, my mother took on a job in Garland, Texas, and we lived in Richardson at the time. That's where I'm originally from. So my mother took a job in a neighboring town in Garland, Texas. So she couldn't make it back home in time enough to let us play outside. And I don't remember what my stepdad was doing. I think he would be at work too, because he used to work at EDS. So so I basically just had my sister and my brother to look after me at home while they were at work, I guess. And my sister, she wasn't budging with letting us outside without my mom's permission. So she was really strict about that. I remember that, but I don't blame her. That's what she should do. You know what I'm saying? For protection and to obey my mother and my stepfather too. But anyway, so I ate anyway, a lot anyway, but I was able to get exercise to burn off those calories. But so when my mother took on a job in Garland, and my stepdad was at work, all I could do was just eat and not really play outside other than recess at school. But so I started to pack on the pounds around 9 years old. So basically my mother, she and my stepfather decided, hey, it would be a lot easier commute to work for my mother if we moved to Garland. So we moved to Garland right down the street from her job in this beautiful 3-bedroom home. And it was I think it was off of Commonwealth Drive. That's interesting, by the way. I never really realized that, but it was by Commonwealth Drive. And anyway, so we moved in a nice 3-bedroom home, 2-bath home in Garland. And that really is not important. I was just throwing that in there because I like to kind of brag. But anyway, so we moved there, and I had already started packing on the pounds at 9. And so when it was time for us to go back to school after winter break, because I remember we moved to Garland when it was in the winter time, and it was right before the second half of the school year. So when I went to start going to this new school in Garland, I was thinking, oh yeah, this is gonna be great. These are kids of color, because I was used to going to schools with all white kids, and you know what? They were actually very nice to me back in Richardson where I was growing up at. But sometimes people don't miss the water till the well runs dry, because in Garland, those kids hated my ass. And I was such a bully to the kids back in Richardson that I knew that I was getting karma back for that. I realized that at 9 years old. This is karma. This is what my mother has always talked about throughout my life. So they would bully me about my weight and everything else, and it was just hell, okay? And from then on, I have struggled with my weight. It has gone up and down since then. And the bullying has increased, especially, I'm going to fast forward it to recently, to 26. I'll say about, let me see, 26 to, no, just all throughout my life since 9 years old, people have always attacked my weight and my appearance. At first I was going to fast forward, but I'm kind of speed through it, but also give pointers up until about 26 years old. But all throughout my life, ever since I started to have a weight problem, people have just randomly called me fat, talked about my weight, amongst other things, but it's always mainly been about my weight. And I like to joke about people pointing out, if I gain 1 pound, it seems like that they point it out no matter what they look like. They could be the ugliest thing walking, but they will actually feel like that they have the right to take shots at my appearance. And this is something that's been happening for years, especially in the last 10 to 12 years. People have gotten extremely brutal with my weight and how I look overall. You know what I'm saying? Like, so basically I do kind of have a complex about my weight, because it's been a topic of discussion since I've been 9 years old. It's something that people have always watched my weight, and a lot of them should have been watching their weight and still could use, the knowledge, the self-awareness of knowing that they need to watch their own weight. But it's just been, it's been a roller coaster with my weight ever since I've been 9 years old. It's gone up and down on the scale. And sometimes I wonder if people have been putting witchcraft on me. Like, can they put I wonder, can people put witchcraft on your pictures? I do believe that, because my roots are in Louisiana, where voodoo runs rampant, and it's a lot of voodoo there. So I know to a certain extent it's possible that somebody has probably been putting spells on me and on my picture still to this day. And I do think maybe somebody might have put spells on me from Louisiana. I have that. I don't know. I've been entertaining that for a little while now, actually, that maybe somebody, like, growing up, I don't know, because I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I was very beautiful when I was born. And up until 9 years old, I was very beautiful. I was so used to people calling me pretty that it wasn't like I was boastful or nothing. But I just thought it was just natural. I never really was smug about if people say, "Oh my goodness, you're so pretty." They used to say that all the time when I was growing up. But 9 years old and up, that started to change. People were used to calling me ugly, fat, this and that. I was always the joke, the butt of the joke. And this is what I can intuitively pick up, that people are angry because I'm really standing my ground with them now. Like, and they also hate that all the things that they've attacked me about, if I felt like it was reasonable to change those things, I would do it. Just like with my weight, I would do it. Yeah, I do have a complex about my weight too. And it's not even completely what other people have said to me why I'm this way, but it's more so I don't want to be fat. I don't. I wasn't born fat. I was never supposed to be fat. My family, at least my immediate family, I was the only one with the weight problem. You know what I'm saying? And it was hard watching my family members be in shape. My immediate family, like my brother, my sister, my father, and stuff like that. Now, my stepdad, he kind of a little bit struggled with his weight a little bit, but basically my family that I actually am blood related to, like my immediate family, they never really struggled with their weight. And both of my parents are health fanatics and stuff like that. So that's where I get that from too. But I generally I don't like, being fat at all. And it's something that I really take seriously. When I would fall off, I would do whatever I could to lose weight. I've always been into, improving myself since I've been very young. Like I got on my first diet at 13 years old because I saw my so-called best friend, she I saw her. She looked great. At first I didn't even notice her when she came back to school. Like I thought she was just a new kid in school, but it happened to be her. And I remember I got so excited and so inspired that I started my weight loss journey officially at 13 years old. No, 12, 13 years old, about 12 turning 13 in seventh grade. And ever since then, I lost a lot of weight that school year too, but ever since then, my weight, it's been up and down on the scale since I've been 9 years old. It's been up and down on the scale. Like I've had so many weight loss journeys where I've lost 60 or more pounds, like 8, 9 times, y'all. It's like, it's nothing for me to get off massive amounts of weight. But I do intend for this to be my last weight loss journey. I'm learning my lessons and being very careful with what I eat and being very careful with people being sneaky with trying to get me to eat and stuff like that. Like I'm peeping it with my third eye too, that I can intuitively pick up that there are people that deliberately might be doing things to me, maybe even through dark magic, where I will stall when it comes down to my weight loss. Okay, not weight gain, but weight loss. And that's a part of my complex that just stepped in right there, because I believe in whatever you speak out into existence will manifest itself. That's what I believe. Words, thoughts, and actions manifest itself, especially when you put it out like vocally. So I try to be very careful about speaking negatively about myself, and especially not my weight. And I try to be careful with calling other people fat and stuff, because I've done it. Trust me, I will do it. If I feel like that I've been slighted and they come and attack, if they get, out of line with me, out of hand with me, I have no problem, hitting below the belt. I just don't. But generally, I don't want to attack somebody's weight because I don't want to be fat myself. So I feel like that things can come back to you and stuff. So, that's why I try to be careful with that. And plus, I would never really come up to somebody unprovoked and talk about their size. I wouldn't, because I know how it feels. And a lot of people seem to think who don't have a weight. And then what makes me mad are the people actually who have a weight problem, but they will be pressuring somebody else to lose weight. Now, we've all, projected onto other people or have said things that are true about us. But you got some people that really, they have a lot of delusions. They'll think that they're like an expert on fitness and weight loss and stuff, and they don't even have a nice body. They're not in shape, but they will have this delusion like they have the right or can tell somebody to lose weight, but that's not it. Unprovoked, like just talking about their weight, just randomly walking up to them. And, I get a lot of that anyway. And I think a lot of these people are mad because they cannot step to me the way they once were able to do, because I would just act like I was oblivious for a long time just to, accomplish what I wanted to accomplish. It wasn't because I was afraid or being too nice on those times. I just felt like it was pointless to really discuss it with that person. Like, I have just begun to, regardless, now I have really began to become fearless when it comes to being assertive with people and matching, energy with people, regardless of what they try to do. Because a lot of people think I deserve karma for speaking up for myself too. And I believe that's where these voodoo people, that was their excuse to probably attack me through dark spells. And I believe that that's real, because I am from Louisiana. I mean, my roots are from Louisiana. I'm from Texas, Richardson, Texas, but my roots on my mother's side are from Louisiana. And so, that's home to voodoo in America. So I almost kind of think that some of them people, when I was born, might have, or when I was even 9 years old, I think that they might have actually done things so that my appearance can be, altered, I think. But I've been combating all of this evil that I'm feeling with prayer because like I said, I always say this in my video, I am a practitioner of Nichiren Buddhism. But in the last year or two, I've gotten really much stronger in my faith. Like I just about chant about 30 minutes to an hour just about every day. And I do my prayers morning and night. Usually, I don't always hit the mark, but usually I am able to do 2 prayers, morning prayer and evening prayer. I'm able to do those most of the time. Accomplish those 2 gonghyos most of the time. And I'm always chanting and doing gongyo in my head too, to try to get the spell work that I do believe that there are a lot of people that probably put it on me. And I really do think it's backfiring on them, because I can feel them in my energy kind of being real desperate, like as if they're trying to, get me to get their karma that's been delayed for so long off of them. And I'm not finna do it. I'm not gonna do it, because they won't apologize. They didn't. And even if they came with an apology now, I would probably I wouldn't entertain it, and I surely wouldn't forgive them. No. I've been through a lot with my appearance throughout the years. And, I'm really trying to become that woman that I was always meant to be. And so basically, this is my video about weight loss, weight gain, and my struggles throughout the years and different things like that. And I was just this is kind of like a diary entry too, to kind of, vocalize my thoughts and speak about it and talk about it. But if you enjoyed this video, please hit like, comment, subscribe, share my video. Hit the notification bell if you like, and I will see y'all in another video, my lotus flowers. And I hope y'all have an amazing rest of the day, and I will too. Bye.